All right. Good morning, everyone. Right off the bat, Jill, if you go to our YouTube or anywhere, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, I went over that fade on JCPenney. I just think, I don't understand it. I really don't get who gets duped into believing in these bankrupt old line retailers. But anyway, anytime you see something like Jill gapping up 100%, always dangerous to short in pre-market, okay? Always be careful, etc. Have a plan, have a stop. But I'm telling you, anytime, whether it be Steinmart or JCPenney or Jill or NAKD, I mean, there's so many of these retailers that just pop and fade. I mean, they're all potential shorts, and I just don't get who's buying these things. I mean, I look at it like you got a virus play, or you got a cloud computing play, or you got a stay-at-home play, or social media, or crypto, or biotechs. I mean, there's a million sectors to trade, okay? I mean, most of what we're talking about in the mornings is trading. There's a million sectors to potentially trade, but who's trying to buy Jill? So, anyway, QUTR for continued run. Let me take a look. Ah! No! Right off the bat with a 1 cent OTC pink sheet. Oh! I'm always fired up on Monday morning. I'm always ready to go. Right out the bat, someone smacks me with a 1 cent pink sheet. Continued run? Flip a coin. I don't know. What's the thesis behind QUTR? It is an OTC breakout. Zero volume in pre. Like all OTCs. Flip a coin, and I wish you luck, because that's all it is. I hope it doesn't morning panic. Sincerely, I hope it works. I hope it doesn't drop 50% at the open, but it probably does. All right, SAVA. All right, let's talk about SAVA. SAVA. Alzheimer's has been a hot sector in recent months. Woo, look at that. Nice gap to fill. So, now SAVA, here's something we can talk about. Alzheimer's news. Been a hot sector for quite some time. Big gap to fill the big gap. And what's our float? Relatively low float, 23 million. Kinda low float, 23 mil. Holding up nicely in pre. Good 8 million shares traded at 830. Great volume. Great volume. Might rotate the float, really. Might rotate float before the open. I mean, we got an hour to the open, so it's 8:34. We got 56 minutes to the open. This thing could rotate the float in pre. Guess what? I'm sure the fact that I called this the top dip and rip shocked everyone. The Snowflake IPO. Love it. Now, I don't typically recommend trading day one IPOs. Because day one, man, they just kind of chop all over the place. But, when it comes to like day 2, day 3, day 4, yes, I'm very, very interested in the Snowflake IPO. So, what do you think about CKPT? A lot of you guys asking about CKPT. Checkpoint Therapeutics. We got a breakout. 52-week breakout. People are calling this people are calling this a sympathy to IMMU? Is that what this is? Come on, Evernote. What's up with my Evernote? Don't break my workflow, Evernote. What are you doing? There. All right. CKPT. Sympathy to IMMU. That's a question mark. Okay. I'm not sure. I'm just seeing people calling it a sympathy. It is a higher float. It is a breakout over 320. I would say afternoon VWAP holds on this. Confirm that this is sympathy to IMMU. IMMU is the big buyout over the weekend, gapping up, 100% on the buyout. So I would say double check that this is indeed a sympathy to IMMU. VXRT. Dead cat bounce. Not my favorite. Mainly based on the chart. Already talked about SAVA. Whoops. Just looking for new tickers. E-Man is a long-term swing. I mean, here's the thing. I don't know if I would ever long-term swing a ScamX stock, okay? Remember in the day trading community, we call AMEX stocks ScamX stocks. I don't know if I would ever long-term hold a ScamX stock. Day trades only on the AMEX stocks. I mean, you're buying a lottery ticket, so. Thoughts on Nikola fighting the Hindenburg report. My thoughts are the same as last week. I think the tell, and I've brought up this tweet a million times. Go back to my Twitter on last Wednesday. You guys know my hatred of the General Motors management. And to me, the giveaway that Nikola was doomed was General Motors giving them money. I know it may sound confusing, but when you lay down with dogs, you get fleas. So, anyway, that was my thing. And that was 2 days before the Nikola, or before the hit piece. So, would you short SRNE? Man, so here's my thing with SRNE. It's got news, but this is just a bag holder machine. So, here's so Audio Junkie, this is a situation where I call it the gun to my head trade. And if you held a gun to my head and forced me to trade SRNE, I probably would short it. Because this thing, and listen, I was crazy bullish this thing all summer, okay? Again, I don't expect you to follow me on Twitter, but if you do, all summer, when it went from 5 to 20, I was crazy bullish this thing, going back to that day it traded 500 million shares in one day. But it's now down, 75% off of its highs, what you're going to get is let me just do this. So what you're going to get with SRNE is when you have a stock that does this and then just slams, this is what we call a bag holder special, okay? So what's going to happen is every pop is going to get sold into. Pop, sell, pop, sell. Because what you've got is you've got people that bought at 10, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 that were holding this long term because they don't listen to the pre-market prep. They don't listen to the daily briefing. They don't listen to the podcast. They're not in the steady trade team, and they don't recognize the difference between a short-term trade and a long-term trade. So they believe the hype, they hold this thing, and they're in at 19, okay? So every pop, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, SRNE's up $2 a share, get me out. Oh my gosh, it's up $1 a share, get me out. So I just think you're going to have constant selling pressure on this thing because of this, okay? When you've got that death drop, you've got a bag holder setup. So long answer, but I wanted to talk about SRNE anyway. So yes, Audio Junkie, if I was to trade it, I'd probably look for VWAP fails and, risk a high volume VWAP reclaim. So SRNE bag holder machine last month. If I was forced to trade this, I'd short pops, I'd short VWAP fails with risk on high volume rips through VWAP. Probably fades all day and gaps down tomorrow. All right, one more. Oracle, I don't know if there's really a play on Oracle. I'm kind of glad to see. I think it's kind of cool that Oracle is ending up with TikTok, but I don't know. It's, listen, I think it's good news for Oracle, but you got a $200 billion market cap stock and it's up 7%. So, I don't know. I just think, SAVA. So SAVA again, main watch this morning. So listen, if you got a 2-year timeline, I do like Oracle. But when you're talking these huge market cap stocks, and Oracle's as big as they get. You got 2 billion shares in the float. So I am bullish this TikTok news, but you just got to have a really long time frame. So, is Apple good for a swing trade? M. Covino, I say it every day. If I was going to the wilderness for a year, I'd buy Apple. So, all right, SAVA, still my main watch. Man, I was hoping it was going to slow down. Shoot. So I'll end on this. Please slow down, SAVA, please. Or give me a dip and rip. Right now, let's say right now, what I would love to see is this thing just stop at 8, okay? Stop, SAVA. Dip at the open and then reclaim at 9:45. So now, I don't think it's gonna do it. Looks like SAVA's not gonna slow down. Lot can change in the next 45 minutes. That's my plan right there. So I would hope SAVA would slow down, not break the whole half dollar of 8, and then give me that weak open to suck in the shorts, and then a break of the high of the day into the 9:45 or later window. So, all right, everyone, have a great day. Remember, I'll be back at noon on my personal Instagram. That is at Bohen. And I know you're probably sick of me saying it, but that's my only account. Don't fall for these scammers. I don't have any other accounts on Instagram or any social media other than at Bohen. And I'll see you over there at noon. Or check out the Steady Trade team, my friends. Twice daily webinars every single day. And come on, SAVA, slow down. So, all right, have a great day, everyone.